All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to 113 Burn Down. I've added the minutes to I've added the link to the minutes in the chat. And as always, this meeting is being recorded and will go onto YouTube shortly. Cool. Let's get started. Main updates, I expect this one to be short today. Nothing much has changed since yesterday. We are still closely tracking about 10. Now I see 2 more PRs that are pending merge that popped up in the critical urgent queue. So I've pretty much been babysitting these a little bit yesterday, trying to push as much out of 114 as I get more info from the owners regarding their criticality. I'll continue to do that during the course today as well. And I do see a bunch of kubeadmin stuff there. I know they're actively testing the beta 1 and they are seeing a few bugs there that they are actively fixing. Most of the fixes are out of 3, but there are a few that are in 3. I'm following up with cluster lifecycle on that as well. So we can wait till the issue update by Nico, but we will have to see which of these are super critical and which we can still afford to move out. Other than that, the bigger update is fast forwards from master to 113 will still happen over the holidays, thanks to Hannes and Yang, who will be helping us with that. And apart from that, my week has just been busy working on some media messaging along with Caitlin, both for some interactions next week and also around KubeCon time. So that's all that is from the release status itself. We move on to test infra. Cole?
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, so the merge queue's been pretty much empty. There's been a PR or 2 that enters at a time, but they flush out, so there's no queue backlog or anything. I think DeWall has a little thing to say.
Hey, DeWall.
Hey, hi. So yeah, we're working on automating all the manual steps we have for test infra today. So we're creating a lot of CI jobs manually with the Git commit. So we're working, there's a design proposal out and still work in progress. So as soon as we have done that, Cole and I will work on making sure all the shadows and Cole and everybody can start automating it.
So this is all the branch creation and creating CI on the job, on the branch?
So branch creation, I think, is still the branch management purview. So the CI jobs would be that that test infra creates today is what we are trying to automate.
Cool. Awesome. I'll take a look at this, but thanks. Yeah, so this is for 114 time frame.
Yeah, so we are making the design right now, and we won't wait for 114 to start. We might start automating stuff before.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, CI, Maria.
Hi. So things are looking goodish. We have a couple of blocking failures that have ongoing work related to them. So CSI, backward compatibility, and performance tests. Like a couple of hours ago, we had a series of failures that seem to be related to a GKE issue that we're investigating at the moment. But good news is that they're in a non-blocking dashboard. They're in the 113 non-blocking series.
Yeah. So the CSI one, so for just to give a quick context for everybody else, so this is following up on our discussion yesterday where CSI is not compatible with, if the entire cluster is upgraded to 1.0, then it requires, it doesn't work on clusters that are 112 and earlier. So if both master and nodes are upgraded to the new driver, then it requires the cluster to be 113 and plus going forward. So all our tests that where both the clusters, both the master and the nodes are upgraded, but they run the 112 tests, those are failing on our upgrade dashboard. So the fix here is to update the drivers on the 112 and 111 tests as well. We have a couple of PRs that need to go in those branches, not as cherry picks, but as direct fixes. So I am working with the patch managers there to get this in so that we can get clear signal for 113. But with the holidays, I kind of foresee this to spill sometime into next week. But yeah, we need that signal before we can unblock 113. The scale again. The scalability team looked at the failing performance test, and they claimed that to be a test issue on their end where they don't handle failures due to host errors properly. But we are still waiting for a green run because we need to see if this is masking any other failures. So Josh still prefers this to be on the blocker list. The good news is we do see CubeMark 500, that test, which is in the scalability suite, go green. So I think it's just another flake that due to the test setup itself. So we are watching this closely before we can take it out of the blockers list. Any questions there before we proceed?
I had a question about the CSI skew issue.
Yeah.
Am I understanding correctly that there is no overlap in supported CSI APIs between 112 and 113?
So if the node is still in is not upgraded to use the new drivers, then it works. If the entire cluster is upgraded, then it doesn't work with 112 or anything older than 130. Yeah, that's what is there in the release notes as well. And I followed up with Saad, and that was the understanding. Yeah.
So I just want to make sure I'm understanding if the CSI feature, which is in beta, and drivers are deployed via daemon sets. And what it sounds like is as you upgrade your nodes, your CSI driver daemon sets will stop working when those nodes are upgraded to 113?
Yes, if both are upgraded. But I can follow up on this specifically on your daemon set question because that's not what I specifically asked for.
Okay. Before we fix the CI branches, I would like to make sure that is what we are intending to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is a good signal that users are actually going to be broken. So let's verify that.
Sounds good. But when I brought this up, I wasn't sure about it. I didn't ask the specific daemon set upgrade question, but then Saad was under the understanding this would happen. This is expected on the user end. But we should follow that up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's verify that before we proceed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions before we quickly move on to issues? Cool. Nico?
Yeah.
Hi.
So there's the queue seems to be a bit big, but it should be okay. I'm keeping track of them. Some of them are about to be moved, waiting for updates from owners.
Yeah.
Several got moved or closed since yesterday or merged. About 4 or 5. And yeah, that's about it. I'm keeping track.
Cool. There's a couple of the fixed volume detach, and there's one more. There's a network kind. I think node failure that they're trying to fix. But all of these are kind of been there for a few releases now. So I can follow up with you offline, and if the owners. And I see those tests are still failing. I mean, the pre-submits are still failing even on the PRs that are outstanding. So, there
are a few failing tests. Yeah, I think the integration test and something more, the GKE sometimes. What is the PR you mentioned?
The PR that I was talking about is 71145. Let me think. That one's been in discussion for a while now, and they're still going back and forth with there's no LGTM on the PR yet. So
that's fairly recent, and
there was one more, the 71144. That was the one that I was talking about. That was the main issue. So this PR got forked from a different PR because the owner was out, and then they had to create a new PR to get the changes in.
Yeah.
The original one is like pretty dated. It's at least since June or so, I think.
So I saw. Let me see the issue. I saw some notifications this morning. It was a closed issue, a closed PR that the owner tried to reopen, but
let me ping the issue itself in the chat. Yeah, I just did the 32727.
So this is what I found here. But I haven't got an update. I'm not sure if it's separate time zone. It will be updated later.
Okay. Yeah, I will follow up with this. From what I pinged yesterday, they were. I see the main issue itself was open around September. Sorry, not June, and the owner wasn't very keen on getting this into 113 since they're still they don't have a final fix yet. So I will try to. I'll talk to them, and if it still doesn't seem to resolve, I prefer moving it out to 114.
So these storage issues seem fairly recent and critical, but yeah, it's the Pacific time zone overnight. You can handle it, and I'll have a look tomorrow.
Cool. I'll leave a comment there for whatever it's worth, and you can move it out.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. And there were a few Kubeadmin fixes that you're tracking on their side. I'm kind of.
Yeah, they are fairly fast on making the PRs and merging them. They're quite active on the channel as well. I'm just putting an LGTM just to have visibility, like it's been reviewed by someone from the release team. I don't know, just to make sure.
Okay. The next is docs. Tim, are you there?
Yeah, so we're in much better shape today. Huge thank you to all the shadows, Jim, Naomi, Barney, and of course Aish for helping reach out to people yesterday. There's been a lot more activity, and we now have all PRs except for 3, which are like either in review or ready to be reviewed. So these 2 here are the most at risk. There hasn't been any activity on them. And then there's the Kubeadmin PR, which is very much in progress right now. So I'm less concerned about that one.
About these 2, let me sync up with Anthony internally. I know he's in the same building.
Oh, great.
Follow up on what the progress is, and if there's an ETA sometime this week to get it reviewed. So I'll follow up on those 2. And I don't see Aaron on the call regarding the HCD2 issue, but I can ping him and find out about that.
Yeah, I just slacked him, and whenever he gets back, like I think I suspect the answer is we're not going to need docs for it, but even if we do, it's going to be small. So we just need to get that done at some point in the next couple of weeks.
Sounds good.
And then just for information for everybody, there's a link here to a tracking spreadsheet that I'm using to kind of keep track of the status of the documentation. So if anybody sees anything on there which they're able to help out with or be able to ping somebody with, feel free to do so. Because we do still need to get everything reviewed by the 27th, so it's still going to be a bit of a push.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye out on that, and you keep updating the status on the whether if it needs in review or if it needs review, right? So
yeah,
I'll follow up on anything later this week if it still needs some pushing.
Great, thank you.
Release notes, Dave.
Yeah, so release notes look a lot better today. I think we're probably like 90% there. And the last few also reached out and said they'll update by the end of the day tomorrow. So I think we should be all good there.
Okay. And I think once we kind of get a clear understanding on the CSI support, we kind of want to make sure that that's called out clearly.
Okay.
Also take a look at the release notes to see what Saad has mentioned there. If you could put a link to the draft, I know it's there somewhere down in the burn down list.
Yeah, let me put a link out.
Yeah. That way we can drag the changes there as well. All right. Comms, Caitlin.
Yep, I'm happy with the progress made yesterday. So we are in good shape and on track, I think, to have everything pretty close to final by end of day tomorrow, and then start pitching next week.
Awesome. I still owe you that messaging doc. I'll get it out by tomorrow at the latest.
Perfect. Awesome.
Cool. All right. That's about it. Yeah. Any other questions? Jordan, I'll sync up with Saad and probably just start an email with you, Saad, and also Josh, because he wanted to understand that a little bit.
Okay, I had asked in the Slack channel, but we can take it to a thread. That's fine.
Cool, sounds good. Any other questions, concerns before we call it a meeting? Cool. I'll see you guys once more tomorrow for the week, and have a good day.